Stop! Ever wondered how AI like ChatGPT, Netflix, and self-driving cars seem to know you better than your best friend? Today, you'll finally discover the big secret behind their mind-reading magic. This will totally change how you see technology. Alright, today we are diving deep into the absolute bedrock of modern AI. I'm talking about a concept so fundamental that without it, things like ChatGPT, self-driving cars, or even your Netflix recommendations, well, they just wouldn't exist. You ever stop and think about this? Seriously, how does your phone know it's you? Even if you're wearing glasses, or you grew a beard, or you just got a haircut, it feels like pure magic, right? But it's not. Or what about this one? How on earth does Netflix seem to know you better than you know yourself sometimes? It suggests that next show, and it's perfect. It's almost creepy, like it's reading your mind. So yeah, these aren't just a bunch of clever programming tricks. This is all the result of a really fundamental process. The real question is, how does AI actually learn to do all this incredible stuff? How does it start to, get what we humans want? That's exactly what we're about to break down. Ready to crack the code behind AI's intelligence? Let's go even deeper. It all boils down to two main ways of learning. On one side, you've got AI that learns from examples, kind of like a student with a teacher guiding them every step of the way. We call that supervised learning. And on the other side, you have AI that's basically an explorer thrown into a new world and told to find patterns on its own. That's unsupervised learning. And look, understanding this difference is a really, really big deal. Like Sam Altman said, the people who wrap their heads around this stuff early, they're the ones who are going to build the future. That kind of puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? Okay, so let's start with the first one, supervised learning. Supervised learning, it's like school for AI. But what happens with no teacher? Find out next. The name says it all. It's all about learning from clear, labeled examples. The best way to think about it is like teaching a little kid about fruits. You hold up a mango and you say, "This is a mango." Simple. Their brain starts connecting the dots, the shape, the color, the feel to the word mango. Supervised AI does the exact same thing. You feed it thousands of pictures of cats, and for each one, you tell it, "This is a cat." It learns because it has the answer key. And the process for doing this is super logical. First, you've got to get a ton of data that's already labeled with the right answers. Then you use all that data to train the AI. After that, it's pretty much just checking its homework. You see how accurate it is, you tweak it to make it better. And finally, you set it loose on real-world problems. And this stuff is everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. That spam filter in Gmail, that supervised learning, has been shown millions of emails labeled spam or not spam. Face ID on your iPhone, same thing. Even when you ask Siri a question, it's using this method to understand what you're saying. It's working all around us all the time. Okay, now for the other side of the coin, unsupervised learning. But how does AI get smart without answers? Unsupervised learning is wilder than you think. Watch this. This is where things get really interesting. Because now the AI has no teacher. It has to figure things out all on its own. Let's go back to our fruit analogy. This time, imagine you're at a market, but you've never seen any of these fruits before. There are no labels and no one's there to help you. What would you do? Well, you'd probably start sorting them yourself, right? You'd put all the red ones in a pile, all the small ones in another. You'd find your own patterns. That is exactly what unsupervised learning does with raw data. So the workflow here is just completely different. You start with this giant, messy pile of unlabeled data, and you just let the AI go to town, exploring and searching for any kind of pattern or structure. It'll start grouping things into what we call clusters. But, and this is the key, the final step is on us. A human has to look at the groups the AI made and figure out what they actually mean. This is kind of the silent hero behind so many of the platforms we use every day. When Netflix suggests a show, it's because its unsupervised AI has clustered you with millions of other people who have similar viewing habits. When Amazon says people who bought this also bought that, it's because it's grouped your buying patterns. It's discovering connections that no human ever told it to look for. So now that we've got the two types down, let's just connect the dots to your actual life. From the moment you head out the door to the late night online shopping, these two systems are constantly at work. So how does this shape your everyday world? The answer is more surprising than you think. Think about it. You're in a car that has modern safety features. That's supervised learning spotting pedestrians. Ever had your credit card blocked for a purchase that seemed weird? That's unsupervised learning, spotting an anomaly. Something that doesn't fit your usual pattern. And your social media feed? Oh yeah, that's a powerful mix of both. Learning what you tap like on and grouping you with people who have similar tastes. And this brings us to a really important point. AI isn't just about automating boring tasks to make things faster. It's way bigger than that. It's about automating the actual decisions that shape our digital world. From what news we see to what products we buy. Now, understanding all this isn't just some cool academic thing. It's a genuine opportunity. Because once you get how AI learns, you can start seeing how you can grow with it. And maybe even make a living from it. And seriously, there are so many paths opening up right now. You could create content just like this because people are desperate to understand it. Businesses are dying for freelancers who can help them with customer segmentation. That's unsupervised learning. Or sales forecasting, which is supervised. You can target awesome jobs or just build a personal brand around being the person who can make this complex stuff simple. But it really does take the right mindset. You gotta be willing to learn early. And don't get obsessed with specific tools because they'll change. Focus on the core concepts which will stick around. And maybe most important of all, learn how to talk about this stuff in a simple way. That's how you move from just being a consumer of AI to being a creator with it. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The real threat isn't the AI. The threat is choosing to ignore it. The people who learn how to use these tools, who understand these ideas, they are going to be the ones leading the pack. And here's the best part. Honestly, just by watching this far, just by grasping the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning, you are already ahead of the vast majority of people on this planet. You now get the fundamental building blocks of the world we live in today. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you know how AI learns, how it's taught, and how it discovers things all by itself, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Are you going to be a consumer or are you going to be a creator? Which side of the future are you going to choose to stand on? If this opened your eyes, smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and hit subscribe for more mind-blowing AI secrets. Share this with friends who need to understand tomorrow's tech. Let's grow together.